If you're planning on supporting somebody during a birth and your only plan is to say, breathe, babe, we've got to talk. Understanding different breathing techniques is one of the best tools that a support person can have in their back pocket during a long labor. My name is Jamie, also known as your midwife bestie. I've been attending births for over a decade. Breathing isn't about technique perfection, it's about nervous system regulation, and the support person often needs to lead it. So let's talk about what type of breathing is normal during each stage of labor. During early labor, breathing tends to be pretty normal as contractions are mild and not taking much effort to work through. When active labor picks up, breathing also tends to pick up and become more rhythmic and more focused. Transition, which happens towards the end of labor, is when moms often tend to get panicky and take short, shallow breaths in their chest. And during pushing, moms are known for becoming more vocal or holding their breath instinctively. Fast, shallow breathing can intensify adrenaline, which can intensify pain and fear. So let's cover the 4 types of breathing that can be helpful in labor. First, we're going to start off with slow inhale and extended exhale. This is best used when moms start to panic, when their breathing is fast, and when you start to hear them say, I can't do it. Instead of telling mom what to do, have her match your breathing. Make eye contact with the mom, inhale through your nose, and exhale audibly with an ah sound. Ah. If she doesn't match your energy, first match hers and then slow it down to where you want her to be. Most importantly, make the exhale longer than the inhale. The second technique we're going to cover is best when moms seem to lose their rhythm mid-contraction. This technique is called smell the flowers, blow out the candle. So, as the name would imply, a slow, long breath through the nose, and then a slow, long exhale through pursed lips. And repeat calmly. If she rolls her eyes to that phrase, just stick to in and out. The third technique is low moaning breath. Why this technique is effective is because the muscles in the pelvis mimic what is going on in the throat. So if the muscles are tight and women are making high-pitched screeching sounds, often that can indicate that her pelvic floor is also tightening up with contractions. So deep, low moaning sounds help keep the pelvic floor relaxed. So think ooh or mooing like cows, and loose open mouth exhales. High-pitched sound equals tension, low-pitched sound equal a relaxed pelvic floor. If her jaw is tight, so is her pelvic floor. Now, if you thought you sounded ridiculous in the third one, the fourth one is going to be the most obnoxious one, but I promise it's effective, and that is called horse lips. This is best used when moms become panicky, want to push too early, or feels out of control. And if nothing else, you'll get a good laugh out of her. Hopefully. So, as the name implies, horse lips breathing would be sounding like a horse with the exhale. So this is loose lips that are flapping during an exhale. Let's do it so we all feel dumb together. Pretend you're a horse or pretend you're blowing bubbles, whatever. This type of breathing helps keep moms calm and keeps the pelvic floor loose. Now that we've covered what breathing techniques to try, let's talk about what to avoid. Please don't yell breathe, ever. Don't count aggressively unless the mom asks. Don't overtalk. And please, don't argue with the mom. Birth is not about perfect breathing. It's about staying regulated long enough to let the body do what it's trying to do. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe below and find my guide for how to support people during labor in the link below.